Hello and welcome to my channel, GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your daily reading for March the 12th, 2021. So let's see what energy is coming out today. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you to everybody who's written such positive messages and comments. I do really appreciate it. And this is a message for the collective, for everybody. And like I say, it will affect everybody differently. It may be a more intense energy. Some of the themes we talk about, it might be something really small. So just take it. You're the master of your own energy. So as you all know that, and just take it with what feels right. We have innocence, beautiful. And this card's kind of come up already this week. And I love that energy. I love it. Beautiful energy. It's like the Zen master there, understanding the nature of the universe, clinging to the past. Speaking of understanding our nature, look at that card. It's really, I mean, this deck is just, it is powerful and intense. We have turning in, lovely. And a lot of the stuff from the past is coming up this week, but we shall see. Thunderbolt. Wow. Okay. And one final card, the burden. So interesting. We've had this burden come up. And at the bottom, I just wanted to say there's this nothingness. So what I'm getting, there's a sense of today of this very almost Zen-like energy of, again, it's like the polarities that we had yesterday. But yesterday it was more of human sense of these are the two different polarities, that we're dealing with something that has been very stuck, that has been old, that we're trying to release, plus also stepping into a lightness of the new, almost like a Fool energy. But today it feels like this energy is converted to a higher octave, a higher level. So now we're talking about spirit, nothingness. We're talking about a formless place, about the place of connecting into pure soul. And I feel like, you know, part of this is that your soul is actually trying to pull you up to that space. And what we find with that is that we get a lot of resistance from those lower vibrational energies of the inner saboteur, or you know, these ideas of clinging to the past. And it is going to become so much more obvious that some things that you've held onto and have held onto for a very long time have become a burden. And so there's this wonderful opportunity today to really, right at the center of the reading, we have turning in. And this is a lovely Neptunian energy, soul energy of really connecting in to a deeper level of yourself and a higher understanding. And I feel like this is not going to necessarily give you clear logical answers, but it's going to be a sense of just sitting in that space and understanding and realizing whilst in that place. And so I love that we also have this thunderbolt energy, and this is like the Tower card of the tarot deck for those of you that really know your tarot, and which I know a lot of you do. And this is kind of interesting because it is very much like all these bodies, this energy, it's this real Aquarian energy coming in, this thunderbolt. Something is being pulled apart and deconstructed in a big way. This can be a very swift change. Something just comes in and comes out. Boom, we're out. And certain people in your life as well. It's connected to this clinging to the past energy. So I feel like there's this sense of a karmic cleanse coming in with this thunderbolt energy of just comes in and goes bzzz. So there's a lot of it becomes very potent. So it's still this process of, like we said, releasing something that's come up from yesterday, but this day it kind of hits those higher vibrations and just kind of gets dismantled a lot quicker, a lot faster, so that you can tune into that sense of self. And I love this innocence. And that's kind of what we had with that sense of being able to be fully present and finding the joy in the present. And when we're in that state, there is this beautiful sense of innocence. It's hard to even describe what that is, but it's like coming back home to the source, to who you are, and to be feeling light and free again. And so these are some themes that are coming through, but I feel like, again, there's a sense of stronger if it's a matter of like the battle of the soul versus the ego, like some of the ego, we all need ego. Ego is great to have. We need it. We're humans and we need to have that polarity and find that balance. And that's how we have our soul growth. That's how we find our soul growth and move through stuff. Sometimes there's some negative things like this clinging to the past, and there does seem to be a release of something in the ego here. And I've completely forgotten where I was going with that. It's so annoying. It was something to do with the innocence card of coming back to the present and finding the joy in those innocent moments where you can just be fully present and free. I know I'm repeating myself. There was another point. So what was it? That's what I was saying. Okay. That the soul, in the battle of the soul versus the negative aspects of the ego, the soul is winning today. The soul is winning and soul and spirit is winning. So that's where I was going with it. Sorry, it just took me a while to I had that blank moment of nothingness, quite literally. But yeah, it is. Part of the joy of this is to be able to sit into this energy of nothingness, or that watery energy, Neptunian energy, where there's, the spirit has no ego, there's no boundaries. And so, again, boundaries could be an issue that's coming up today as well around personal relationships and releasing things from the past. And this could be related to that conditioning that's come up. So, yeah, it's all part of this sense of things are kind of still being cleared out and stepping into a higher, bigger version of yourself. So that's the energy of the day. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me.